Hi guys, and welcome back to Tree of Life. I'm going to actually start a few videos here that are just going to be a series of videos that are going to be 10 to 15 minutes, hopefully. People were asking to do stuff like they can help with learning the skills and what to do after you build your territory, and I thought I'd make little videos so that I can help you guys a little faster. So let's get started here. Um, Today I'm really not going to show you much of the game. I'm actually going to show you the skills. So, alright, let's hit that here. I hit K. K goes into the skills. Alright, now the skills here are right here you see points that are 320. I have 50 right now out of 320. You can only have 6 masteries. So you can master 6 of these. So, um, you need to pick what you want to master. If you just started and you don't have anyone in the guild, I recommend to start with, let's go to living here, carpentry. Carpentry is what makes the walls and building your base up. You want to build your base up because there are people that will like to raid. Um, and you're okay really on the island, but if you want to move out onto the map and you don't want to be destroyed every 5 minutes, I recommend getting your walls up as fast as possible. And you do that in carpentry. So I would start with carpentry and really focus on that for a while. Things that you want to level up with that would be a little logging, mining, and blacksmithing and tinkering. Those are really the biggies on starting out on carpentry. You make nails in blacksmithing, and logging helps you build a lumber, and better lumber makes better lumber and everything. So I recommend starting with that. But let's say you don't want to do that and you don't want to build up your base. Maybe you just want to start with the simple things and just try out something. Um, some fun, just you don't have to really do anything on the island if you want to just build up your base a little bit and then start cooking. Cooking's fun. Fishing's fun. Those are just the simple ones. But we'll go into that. I'm going to go through each one of these here and I can tell you what they are, and maybe you can find a good one that you like and you go on and pick your masteries from that. Alright, let's start here. Living. These are the ones that don't consist of combat or anything. But living and combat both count in these points. So you have to pick 6 of these. So I would just try them out and see what ones you like in the beginning, and then just go from there. Now, this game is made to play with a group. You want a guild, so even if you want to play solo, you need to find other players in the game, so socialize. Because other players will help you in a heartbeat. Most of them. There's some that won't. But I like to help, and my guild that I have on my other account, we love to help people. So if you really need some help, ask me. I'm Raina. I'm usually on a lot. But, I'll definitely try to help you as best as I can, and if not, then I'll find someone that will help you. But I recommend finding some friends and just playing this game. This game is just a social game. Yes, it is PvP, but it's also PvE. So there's a lot of people that only point out that it's a PvP game. No, you can play this game and not want a PvP. I am not a big PvP person. I have my other character that can PvP a little bit because I have level 50 axes and I'm getting close on my armor. So I can help people more or less on than anything, because there are some very aggressive PvP people on this game, and I wanted to be strong enough to be able to help, especially people on my island who don't want to PvP all the time, and protect them from people that just PvP for a profession on this, I feel like. But there's also PvP or PvE in this game, and that's player versus environment, and that is something that I'm like more than anything. I really am big on gathering and going out and fighting monsters and enjoying that part of the game too. And there's some people that don't understand that. There's people that called me a Care Bear because I care a lot and I don't want to PvP and I don't want to constantly go out there and fight. I like to just enjoy the game. I enjoy going out and just fighting the monsters and gathering, and one of my favorite things randomly is to go out and find ebony trees. For some reason I have great fun with that. Don't ask why, but I do. But I just want you to know that this game is PvP and PvE, so just enjoy. If you don't want to, don't let anyone push you into doing it. Okay, but on the next note, let's go back to these skills here. The first one here is logging. Logging is the process of cutting wood. Logging will help you to be able to knock down trees faster and get a lot of wood. Carpentry, again, is building and construction on your buildings, like your shops and your walls, and you really want that to be something that you do. Mining is the process of mining minerals. You have copper, coal, mithril, sulfur, granite, and then like the mineral waters and different waters. Those are all mining stuff. You can do in mining, you can do stuff like plaster, and there's a bunch of different useful things that you do in mining too. You can make plaster and bricks and stuff, and that all go for like construction, and plaster is used for a lot of different things in the game. So that's a good one to have with carpentry as well. Blacksmithing, yes, is the forging of weapons and stuff, but it's also good for carpentry because you can make nails and stuff like that. This is to make better weapons, of course. Blacksmithing is, so that's kind of self-explanatory there. And the best way to level up blacksmithing is probably just due to me. I have my blacksmithing up quite high. I just did the next thing on the list. Or have a little list of what you can build next. And once you get there, I just go and get the materials and build the next one and keep going. I build several of each, so just keep building and do several of them, and then you'll level up pretty fast. Also, if you get to a certain level and you want to start selling it to people, because there's always people looking for weapons. That's another good way. Just build it and sell it, put it on the market, people will buy them. Ranching is the skill of breeding and herding livestock. So if you want to be able to get certain things for cooking, like milk, or you want to get fleece for tailoring, or you need to make saddles, so you want to have a mount and you want to ride different things, you can make saddles. You make feed to help the livestock. And down the road, you really want someone ranching because you make silk rolls, which is for carpentry later down the road for the big, nice towers and the nice walls. You need silk rolls, and you have to get silkworms and then make them into rolls. So you really want someone to do that down the road if you want a good base. This is tailoring. Tailoring is making really good armor. First you start out with clothes and then you start making armor, like leather armor and iron armor. So you really want someone to do that as well. Tailoring is something that is used in a lot of different things as well. So that one's just fun to go in and make different armors. Farming, of course, is the skill of having crops and vegetables, being able to grow them. You can level up farming by going out and hitting the plants, and then you can start making plots. There's small plots, big plots. The better the plots are, the faster the stuff will grow. It needs a little fixing, but they're going to fix it down the road, so don't worry. They've been talking about it. I think they're going to do a pretty good sized update soon to help all these too. That one's okay to have. That's kind of the easy, kind of the simple one to do if you want to just start out with something. Fishing is for use in cooking and a lot of different things. You can use it in tinkering as well and stuff like that. You can use it in healing because you get all kinds of really interesting fish. But you also get stuff like you can pull up shoes, you can pull up different things too, not just fish. There's booze bottles, I think, that pop up. And fishing is quite fun, actually. It's another one that's if you don't really want to do anything hardcore for a little bit and you just want to enjoy the game, fishing is one thing that's kind of actually just really enjoyable. You don't really have to do much. So I recommend fishing if you don't really want to go into the hardcore part of the game. Totally for a little bit and you just want to break from the everyday grinding. Just fish. Fish is fun. This is cooking. Cooking is really nice because you can make food that will give you buffs and better benefits for your characters. It can help you on your defense, it can help you on your stamina, it can give you all kinds of better stuff, like there's one where you can get better materials. It's really kind of a central thing to have someone cooking, and it's quite fun. You get to go out and find all kinds of that's really fun because you get to go out and find all the monsters and stuff that you need for making really nice stews and stuff. That's quite fun. Tinkering is crafting tools and goods. Tinkering is used for literally, I'm pretty sure, every single skill almost. You use it in all of them, from fishing to carpentry to blacksmithing and tailoring. So I recommend also having someone as a tinkerer right off the bat because you'll have to do all kinds of stuff in this for all the other skills. So definitely have a tinkerer. You can make lights and lamps for your guild and stuff like that in there too. There's just all kinds of goodies in that. Lockpicking is the one I don't know a ton about because I don't like raiding. I'm not a raider of sorts. I know you can do it in a game, but I don't like the idea of taking people's stuff, even if it's in a game. That's just me. Now, some people love it, and that's great. But lockpicking, you can also lock other people's animals and stuff out in the wild with it too. I know that. It's a little more for the darker part of the game, to me. It's fun. I understand people love that, so that's cool. If you like that lockpicking, try it. You get better at lockpicking people's chests and getting some goods. So lockpicking, you can make better lockpicks, I think, or lockpicks in tinkering. So if you want to try that, go for it. It's awesome. That is fun if you want to do that kind of thing. All right, let's go to combat. Combat here. All right, I'll go through the weapons first. You have swords, axes, hammers, daggers, spears, and archery. Those, if you're playing it when you start playing and you're not doing it to just PvP, I recommend picking one weapon of your choice, any of those, and then doing armor, and just have those two, and then picking the rest of them in living. So you can, let's say you do axes and armor, and then you go over and you do carpentry, and logging and mining and tinkering. That's a pretty good set there. That's a good set to start out with, and I would recommend doing that. And you can do your 6 masteries if you wanted to master all those. But I mean, you'll probably definitely go through all kinds of them to figure out what you like to do. But then you have armor here. Armor is the better you get this, the better armor you can wear from tailoring. So you really want to focus on that, because then you can go out and fight better monsters. So you definitely want to do that one. That one will help you get out farther on the map. I recommend probably get to 10 before going out to the map. That's just me. That's to be safe. And then start going out to the big monsters and getting the goodies and go from there. 10, you can start wearing leather armor, which really helps you, and then go up. Archery they have fixed. I'm actually wanting to go into archery because I think it's actually pretty fun. So I kind of want to go into that one. We'll have to look at that one down the road. Shields. Shields are really hard to learn, but if you can get shields all the way up, awesome to you, because it's hard. Shields you have to hit with like shifts, and if you get your skill up and in shields, you can like daze people or hit them and daze them a little bit, and kind of gives you a little more time to hit them. So that's really fun. And it also, if you have a shield with you, it protects you a little bit more with your armor. So that's kind of cool. Healing is really nice. If you're going to PvP, you want definitely a healer in your party, because you can make bandages, and you can heal other party members, and you can make a reviver down the road in it, so you can revive people when they die. So healing's really nice to have. And then you have anatomy. Anatomy is finding enemies' weaknesses. So the better you have this, the better you can hit. So that one's just really nice to have. If you're gonna PvP, I was like, and you don't want to do anything else, I would just pick like 2 weapons, archery, and then I would do armor, healing, and anatomy, and you would be like an unstoppable character right there, I think. So if you want a PvP, go for that. That's awesome. But one more thing here. Let's say you did 8. I have level 8 here on hammers, but you want to go into axes. If you go right down here, you can actually level hammers down by pressing this, and you could take all those levels and put it into, let's say I want to put it in axes. Then you could take all those levels and put it in axes, and you don't have to worry about, because you're definitely going to go into something and then don't like it, so you can just level it down. Or if you get something to level 50 and you don't want to lose anything in it, lock it. Or you can go in here and, like, you don't want swords, lock it so it won't take your points. So you can go and find your 6 skills and lock the rest of them, and not worry that you will level up or use your points in anything else. So that's a really nice little fun thing that they did. I like that. But alright guys, that's all for this video. I just wanted to go over the skills real fast. So I thank you for being with me, and have a good night, and God bless.